My GF beat the shit out of someone who broke into her house. The other night I was sleeping over at my GF's. She lives one street over from the middle of nowhere, no streetlights, no sidewalks, and keeps her house dark at night except for the room she's in to attract bats and detract bugs. I think it was like 2 a.m. when I woke up to my GF telling me to call 911. Long story short, a guy had broken a window into the garage and was going through my car. He had a knife but my GF has a shotgun, unloaded, and wanted to scare him off with it. Cops really gave us a verbal shakedown for that BTW, we're fucking idiots and don't ever confront a burglar. But this guy was clearly unhinged and charged us. I don't really remember how it happened but my GF somehow tripped him, or maybe he tripped on his own, and then started basically tamping this guy's ribcage down into his lungs with the stock. I had to physically stop her. A little bit about my GF, she cries when she sees sick or hurt animals. She's constantly doing or offering to do nice things for people. She won't even squish bugs, she catches them and releases them if she finds any. She's a Buddhist. Non-violence is important to her. Before this I described her as the gentlest person I knew. So what the fuck? After I stopped her she was so calm. She sat cross-legged on the floor and then made a call to a lawyer before the cops even got there. No charges for GF, yet. Lawyer has been helpful, cops less so. They wanted to arrest me when they got there for some reason. And my GF had to actually ask for an ambulance for the guy because they tried to just load him into the police car and he was screaming and moaning. He lived but is still in the hospital. It's been 2 days since this happened and I still feel like my heart is racing. Every time I see my GF I see her covered in blood with a shotgun. It hasn't changed how I feel about her but goddamn. It's changed how I see her. Edit, clarifying a few things. I didn't think this would get any attention. First, GF is doing good all things considered. Someone was worried that the blood was hers. The guy came in pre-wounded because there were bloody handprints on my car. He was definitely on something. My GF is currently taking a bunch of drugs since she was exposed to his blood too. GF hasn't talked much about what happened and I'm not going to push her right now. I am worried about her, I am taking care of her. I've been staying with her since this happened. And feeding her. Someone said to bake a cake. I am a professional chef. Also, apparently, an idiot. After this I'm going to the store. A lot of people seem to think my view of her has changed for the worse. That is deeply untrue. Rereading my post I realize I made it sound that way so that's my fault. It's still pretty fresh in my mind and I'm processing things on the go. I was just having difficulty reconciling this new view of her with who I thought she was before, but I realize now that SHE hasn't changed, I just learned more about her. And what I learned is that she's a certified badass, to quote many of you in the comments. Also, a lot of people are calling me out for not helping more. Don't get me wrong, I feel guilty that I didn't do much other than call 911 in the moment. I don't want to sound like I'm making excuses for myself because I was still absolutely scared shitless but my GF didn't really give me a chance to help. This all happened very quickly. By the time she woke me up she was armed and out of bed. I'm deaf in one ear and a heavy sleeper anyway so I'm glad she woke me up at all. I'm not sure why the shotgun wasn't loaded. She only told me afterwards. I was expecting her to shoot him, not beat him half to death. The cops I won't get into it but my GF has had issues with the local cops before. She lives in a town that barely qualifies for its own police department, and the one they do have has nothing to do 99% of the time. They seemed like they were in a rush to get finished with us the whole time they were there. I think they were probably pissed off they got called out on 4th of July for something that actually requires paperwork. Thank you everyone in the comments. I've read every single one of them so far. There's a lot of good advice there and a good amount of deserved criticism that I am open to. How else do you improve?